YouTube? It's your girl Divabaybe coming at you. Sorry y'all for looking rough, but I am getting ready for bed. I almost didn't do this video today, but I know how some of you love Real Talk Tuesday. I've been battling with my migraines today, so I've been sleeping a lot because it's the only thing that helps. So I know it's late, but I'm going to get it in, and hopefully you will enjoy today's topic, which is ethics. Now, a lot of us know, and I'm going to go ahead and say this right now, that, we need to keep our content on our channel to a minimum of, what's the word I'm looking for? Decency as far as language and stuff goes, because you have a lot of teenagers and kids that go on YouTube nowadays, and we're the ones supposed to be setting an example for the upcoming generation. Okay? There are many, you turn the news on every day, what do you hear? You hear about a lot of teens getting in fights or causing trouble or whatever. Kids, So if we can be that road that they can travel down to get a good influential word, if we can influence them, then we need to. You wouldn't want your kid, well, most likely, most of you, I know, most of my subscribers, your content, is great. I'm not speaking of y'all's content or y'all's channels. Now, when I say this is just real talk. I have seen some channels. Oh my God, the profanity is like, okay, I understand you might say a cuss word here and there, but some of them it's like constant, just throwing it out. Okay, first off, there's most likely kids watching your channel. And you can even go to your analytics and see what ages are watching your channel, mostly. But we should have ethics placed within ourselves when producing content for our channel. Okay? But now I'm not just going to speak about the YouTube ethics. This is about ethics in general. If you're in the store, okay, and you see someone drop $100 bill, what are you going to do? I mean, really. And you might be having a heart at the time, but you actually see that person drop it, what are you going to do? And you want to know my honest opinion what I would do, and this is no lie. If I see you drop it, I'm going to say, hey, excuse me, you just dropped this. And just to prove that I'm telling the truth, okay, fresh out of high school, after I graduated, I was working at Pizza Hut in Fayetteville, North Carolina. And it was late one night. I was off work. I had got off of work, and I went down one of the little back streets in the town to make a shortcut. Well, when I came to a stop sign, I noticed something was out on the ground, so I opened my car door, got out, picked it up, and it was a wallet. I said, okay, well, this time of night you don't want to be hanging out in that neighborhood, just standing there looking through a wallet, or even sitting in your car looking through a wallet. So I took it home, and I started going through it to see if I could find the person's information or whatever that I could call, to say, hey, you lost your wallet. Now, mind you, there was around $100 in his wallet. Even my brother-in-law at the time says you're more of an honest person than I am. So I found a name and a number in there. So I call it, and I'm like, yeah, I was wondering if anybody had lost a wallet. He said, oh my God, yes, I did, and I've been so going crazy. He said, I remember getting out at this stop, you know, because I forgot what it was. He said something about his pants or something, and he had to straighten them up, so he gets out to straighten them up and didn't realize his wallet had fell out. When I needless to say, from where I was staying at the time and where I actually worked, it was still a good 20-minute drive, 25-minute drive. Now, mind you, this was 11, 12 o'clock at night. So I agreed to meet him in a public area that night to give him his wallet back. And I'm not going to lie, you know, I was a young girl, this is a man, and I was scared. But at the same time, I knew I was doing the right thing. So I met him, and we get out, I give him his wallet. I told him everything was in there that was in there when I found it. And he offered me money. I said, no. He said, well, at least let me give you money for your gas. I said, no. I said, because, you know, if I can help somebody out, that's what I like to do. He said, well, I'll tell you what, you ever need work on your car, bring it to me, because he was like a mechanic or something. I said, okay, I may take you up on an offer, which I never did. He hugged me, and, you know, I went on about my way. So the moral of the story is, you know, he was so happy to have his wallet back, I'm sure because of his identity, everything was in there. So, you know, you can only imagine what somebody would do that. I mean, you might not be worried so much about the money because money can be replaced. But certain things cannot be replaced. You get your ID stolen and your identity stolen, you're in a mess. You got a whole lot to go through, and you might not never get it clear. So, when we think about ethics, you know, doing the right thing, what is the right thing? Now, I know probably many of y'all know by now that I'm a true believer in God, my Jesus Christ. And that's probably what's part of, you know, probably part of the reason why I have such good ethics. I'm not going to say I always make the best decision in every situation, but I do try. You know, I'm not going to say I ain't never did nothing bad or wrong, because, you know, we all been there, done that, you know, in our younger days and stuff. But I've learned a lot. I am now 43 years old, and I've learned a lot. So, with that being said, my main ethic is this right here, and this is what I live by. And this is the golden rule of the Bible: do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. I'm not going to mistreat somebody. Now, if you mistreat me, you know, I might say, okay, well, you know, it's according to the situation, because, you know, I can get angry too now, you know, but most of the time I try to just walk off or ignore or whatever, you know, because going back and forth doesn't solve anything. It only makes things worse. Now, with that being said, I try to make most of my messages positive in my videos because, you know, I never know when kids are watching, and I never know when my grandkids are watching, because apparently my I don't know about saying there's no favoritism. There's not no favoritism. But my grandson, my oldest one from my son, he is 3 going on 4, and apparently he watches a lot of my videos. So, with that being said, I wouldn't say or do anything I wouldn't say in front of him. And you will never hear me cuss on here because that's just not me. You know, I mean, if y'all cuss in y'all's videos, that's fine, but I will say this. If I start hearing certain cuss words, I will shut it down. Sorry. I love y'all, but one thing I don't do, I don't take God's name in vain. This is not directed to anybody or nothing like that. I'm just going over what the Real Talk Tuesday is about, which is ethics. I'll still comment on everything else, but I won't comment on that. I won't get on to you for that because that's your business. If that's what you want to say and do, that's you. I know I'm behind on a lot of y'all's videos. But before I get started on that, I hope y'all enjoyed today's message. Tomorrow's message is Weird Wednesday, and that is going to be a true story tomorrow, and it's going to be a kind of terrifying story. So I'm going to go ahead and pre-warn a disclaimer on that one. If you're scared of spiritual things or ghostly things or whatever, you may not want to watch, and you may not want your kids to watch, because this one is pretty terrifying. With that being said, I hope y'all enjoyed today's Real Talk Tuesday, because I'm just letting y'all know my real talk. I'm straight up with y'all. I'm not gonna lie to you. And yeah, in my past when I was younger, no, I didn't have the best of ethics. You know, a lot of teenagers and young adults don't. But today, I try to do as God wants me to do. You know, try to treat people the way they're supposed to be treated. And if they don't treat me right in return, well, you know, that's their loss, because they don't know what they're losing out by losing a friend or a person to me, because, you know, I'm one of them overachievers, okay? I feel like I have got to go above and beyond. And with that being said, that's why, you know, I always want to try y'all's videos like clockwork. So I'm going to lay down in the bed here in a little bit, and I'm going to be watching y'all's videos, catching up on them. And tomorrow, I'll be bringing forth the video that you might not want to see, or you might be anxious to see, because you could learn something in this at the same time. If y'all have any questions about today's topic, leave them in the link in the description box below. Excuse me, y'all, my head's dark. Yeah, and if you like this, hit like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter, Google+, Instagram, Facebook, all spelled the same way it's spelled here. Remember, y'all, I love y'all. I love all y'all's channels, because if I didn't, I wouldn't be subbed to you. This was not to touch on any of y'all's toes or nothing like that, okay? This was just to give a message about how we live our daily lives. It's not just about YouTube. It's about everything. And about us being a, you know, the main thing I really want you to get out of today's story is this right here. Try to be a person that a child or a teenager or a young adult could look up to, sort of a mentor type or whatever, because you don't never know what they're going through or what they were raised up in. So, try to teach them good things. Take away with that message there. And until tomorrow, and I'm sorry this video was a little extra long today, but until tomorrow, your life is like a journey. Enjoy your ride. Divabaybe's gonna catch you on the flip side.